My dad called my career filthy and cut me out of the family fortune. Said I was dead to him. Then my brother wrecked the family business and dad showed up at my door asking for $120,000. I let him in and showed him something. I was 19 when my father told me I was no longer his son, all because I chose to be a plumber instead of a lawyer. My older brother Daniel was already in law school, following the path my father had carved out for us since birth. The family firm, Henderson and Associates, had been running for 3 generations. My grandfather started it, my father grew it, and we were supposed to continue it. Daniel loved it. I hated every second. I tried for 2 years, sat through pre-law classes feeling like I was drowning, read case studies that made my eyes glaze over, watched my classmates get excited about mock trials while I counted ceiling tiles. Then one summer I helped my uncle fix a broken pipe at his restaurant and something clicked. I liked working with my hands. I liked solving problems I could see and touch. I liked finishing a job and knowing it was done right. I told my father at dinner. The silence lasted about 10 seconds. Then he called me disgusting. He said plumbing was filthy work for filthy people. He said he didn't raise his son to crawl under houses and dig through sewage. He said if I walked away from the firm, I was walking away from everything. I told him I was sorry he felt that way. Then I packed my stuff that night and left. My mother didn't say goodbye. Daniel sent me one text that said I was being selfish. I deleted it without responding. I moved to a different city and started from nothing. Got hired as an apprentice, made barely enough to cover rent on a room I shared with 2 other guys. Woke up at 5 a.m., worked until dark, studied for my license at night. My hands cracked and bled that first winter. I got sick twice from working in crawl spaces with mold. I spent one Christmas eating canned soup alone because I couldn't afford anything else. But I kept going. 4 years in, I got my master license. 5 years in, I started my own company. Just me and one truck at first, taking every job I could find. Fixed toilets, replaced water heaters, unclogged drains in the middle of the night. I said yes to everything. Year 6, I hired my first employee. Year 7, I had 3 trucks. Year 8, I landed a contract with a property management company that owned 200 units. That changed everything. By year 10, I had 15 employees, a fleet of trucks, and contracts across the city. Commercial buildings, apartment complexes, new construction. I bought a house. I got married to a woman named Julie who thought my story was inspiring, not shameful. We had a daughter. I built a life my father said I would never have. I didn't talk to my family for 12 years. Not a single call, text, or email. I heard things through distant relatives sometimes. Daniel took over the firm when my father semi-retired. My mother had some health issues but recovered. They never reached out and I never did either. Then 8 months ago, my phone rang. It was my father's number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. His voice sounded old, tired. He asked if we could meet. I said no. He asked again, said it was important, said he needed my help. I said whatever he needed help with, he could ask Daniel. He went quiet for a few seconds. Then he said Daniel was the problem. We met at a coffee shop near my office. My father looked like he had aged 30 years. His suit was wrinkled. His hands were shaking. He sat down and didn't even say hello before he started talking. Daniel had been running the firm into the ground for years. Bad investments, lost clients, mounting debt. He had been hiding it from my father, cooking the books, taking out loans against the business. By the time my father found out, the firm was $400,000 in debt and losing money every month. 3 generations of work about to collapse. My father looked at me across that table and asked if I could loan him $120,000 to keep the doors open while they restructured. He said the family name was at stake. He said everything my grandfather built would disappear. He said he knew we had our differences, but blood was blood. I let him finish. Then I asked him one question. What do I do for a living? He blinked. What? My job. What is it? He shifted in his seat. You're a plumber. I leaned back and waited. He didn't say anything else. I told him I remembered exactly what he called my work. Filthy. I remembered him saying I would amount to nothing, telling my mother I was dead to him while I stood in the hallway listening. He started to say something about being angry, saying things he didn't mean, but I cut him off. I told him my filthy job paid for a house, 2 cars, my daughter's college fund. It employed 15 people who fed their families because I gave them work. I pulled out my phone and showed him my company's website, the trucks, the team photos, the article about us rebuilding a community center. Everything he missed while pretending I didn't exist. Then I put it away and told him no. I wasn't giving him $120,000. I wasn't bailing out Daniel. The Henderson name could disappear and I wouldn't lose a minute of sleep. His eyes got wet. He asked if there was anything he could say to change my mind. I told him yeah, he could go back to that dinner table 12 years ago and be a father instead of a judge. But since he couldn't do that, we were done. I left him sitting there with his cold coffee.